few weeks ago I was out at the range and I was shooting my this Smith and Wesson Model 19, and I realized that it was shooting high. I know there were times when I had the sights dead on, but the bullets were sailing over well above what I was shooting at. It was high at about 25 yards. That's where I was shooting, was about 25 yards. So today I'm going to make a video on how to change the sights on a pistol, how to sight in a pistol if you have a pistol that has movable sights. So we're going to begin by shooting 3 rounds at the target. You can see the target here I've made. It's nothing fancy. I just needed something to shoot at. We're going to begin by shooting 3 rounds to see where they're hitting. I'm going to sight it in for 7 yards. So we'll back up. Three rounds, 3-round group. Doesn't look like it's shooting that high from here, so I'm going to move back to 15 yards, and I'm going to see if it's about the same, because it could have been, apparently it could have been just my shooting that day. So let's walk back to 15 yards and see what happens. Moving back to 15 yards, we can see, hold it steady, we can see these 3 rounds, which are the last 3 we shot, are shooting high. I was holding a 6 o'clock hold on each shot, and I'm seeing consistent high. So what I'm going to do, they're all, this one here I think I pulled a little, but they're all consistently high and about where they should be. So I'm not going to adjust windage. I'm just going to adjust elevation. I'm just going to adjust up and down. So let's shut the camera off and we'll go back and see how we're going to deal with the gun. Alright. When you are adjusting the sights on a pistol and you only have an adjustable rear sight, which is all you have on the Smith and Wesson Model 19, well, the first thing you want to do, you want to make sure that you have a cleared firearm, that it is safe, and you'll notice that all the cylinders are empty. The gun is safe to use. So we have that. Safe to look at. We have this rear sight. You'll notice it has on top a screw for elevation. On the side it has a screw for windage, which is your left-right controls. And what you want to do is you want to look at the target, and wherever the bullet is hitting on the target in relation to the bullseye, wherever you're aiming, you want to move the rear sight in that direction. For instance, if the bullet is hitting high, you want the bullet to come down, you will move the rear sight down. If you want the bullet to go left, you move the rear sight left. If you want the bullet to go right, you would move the rear sight right. I may include a diagram in the video to help make sure that this is coming through clearly. Anyhow, we're going to take a screwdriver. Where's the screwdriver Papa gave? Okay. We're going to take this screwdriver. We're going to come down with the sight about 1 complete turn. Actually, I'm going to do it 3 turns, which brings it quite a bit lower. All right, now I've marked my holes, so I'm going to put 3 rounds in there, and we're going to shoot again. We're going to walk over to the firing line, and we're going to shoot these 3 rounds again, see if it gets any better having adjusted the sight. All right, let's go examine the target. All right, back up some. 1 went low, 2 are dead on with the bullseye, but now it seems to be shooting a bit left. So, and all 3 of these are consistently left. So what I want to do is I want to move the rear sight slightly to the right, see if that solves any issues for us. So we're going to move the rear sight slightly to the right. All right, I've adjusted the sight. Go ahead. I've adjusted the sight to the right. We're going to try it again. Our shots from before were here, here, and here. Now that I've adjusted the sight, I put 2 in the center and 1 just outside. So I believe that's about as good as I want to get. We're going to move back to 7 yards now and make sure we haven't made any bad problems for our 7-yard for shooting from 7 yards. So I move back to that's a 15-yard group. It's within looks like it's within maybe an inch or certainly within 2 inches. I'm going to move back now 7 yards and see if I've keeping that tight group. Three shots, all right here. So we're keeping it consistent. We're definitely much better than, sighted in much better than we were when we began. And we learned how to do that today. Whichever way I want the bullet to go, that's the way my rear sight goes. And you see how it brings your patterns closer together, brings your groups closer to your bullseye. And it's a good way to sight in your pistol. Sometimes you may want to sight in using a rest. However, with a double action or single action revolver, I didn't feel like that was absolutely necessary. Thanks for watching. God bless.